Good morning, guys. K.357 coming to you here. Today is Thursday, I believe the 27th of September. And what I want to talk to you about this morning is I'll call it the rule of the three threes in a gunfight. Okay, so I have a 15-year law enforcement background and law enforcement firearms instructor, NRA instructor, and so I do a lot of teaching. We do a lot of concealed carry training, me and my wife, and when I say the rule of the three threes, and we talk about the 21-foot rule or the knife rule and things like that, which I'll mention that just in a minute. The rule of the three threes in a gunfight, of course these are averages, say that about 3 seconds go by, about 3 rounds are fired, and it happens about 3 yards away or 9 feet, okay? And so when you start out in concealed carry, and I'm looking at the hash marks there because we have them laid out in our store, you start out at the 3-yard line, you go to the 5 and go to the 7. When I qualified our guys and gals in law enforcement once a year, the North Carolina Basic Law Enforcement Training Course of Fire called for where it starts at the 3-yard line. The command to fire would go like this. You'll draw and fire 2 rounds in 2 seconds with one hand only. So from 3 yards away, that's about what you're likely to do anyway. You don't have time from 3 yards away to acquire the master grip and acquire a sight picture and fire. We call it point shooting. Wherever my index finger is on this gun, when I punch out, that's pretty much where those rounds are going to go. And if they go inside that 8 ring, then I'm happy. I don't care if it hits the center of the X. It doesn't matter to me. The 8 ring is where all the pumping organs are. That's where the stopping area is, okay? As long as I get those rounds somewhere inside that 8 ring, we're good. And most of the times, if you index shoot, they'll probably fall somewhere in the 9 ring as long as you put your index finger where the center of that mass is and fire. All right, so the rule of the three threes, 3 rounds, 3 seconds, 3 yards. Wow, that means it happens up close and personal, and it happens fast. Okay. When concealed carry was enacted back in, I believe, 93, 94, somewhere around in there, the intent of that was for the individual, the citizen of North Carolina, be able to carry the gun concealed on their person. In other words, on them. They carry it on their person. Many people I know that take my classes, they say, well, I'm not ready to carry a gun yet concealed on my person, but I want to carry it, I want to carry it concealed in my car. I don't have to worry about getting stopped, if the gun's concealed, going through a driver's license checkpoint, what have you. I don't want to have to worry and sweat about, oops, is my gun concealed? Am I lawful? And this, that, and the other. Excuse me. Because open carry in North Carolina has been legal since 1921. A long, long time. All right, almost 100 years that it's been around. So, but we're talking about concealed carry, and I always tell my students this, and listen now. I said, okay, you may carry it inside your car. I said, but what if you're inside of a restaurant with your family eating, and it's one of those places that you can carry a firearm, because we know if the sign's posted you're not supposed to carry, which y'all know how I feel about those stupid signs, and that's what they are. You're in the corner of that restaurant sitting there eating, trying to enjoy your evening, enjoy your meal with your wife and your kids, and this knife-wielding maniac comes in and starts coming towards your table, and you left the gun in the car. I promise you're gonna feel pretty sick. All right, you may even get hurt or killed, or some of your family members hurt or killed. If you're ever, and this is so true, you can't argue. If you're ever gonna need a gun to defend yourself, if you're ever gonna need it, when are you gonna need it? You're gonna need it right then and right now. So the only way to do that is to carry the gun on you, on your person. And listen, Clint Smith of Thunder Ranch, out there in Oregon, I believe he coined this phrase and said it the best. That if carrying a gun concealed shouldn't necessarily be comfortable, but it should be comforting. Okay, so I was a cop 15 years, and I always carried in a duty holster outside my waistband. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of carrying a gun inside my waistband. because I've carried outside my waistbands for so many years. That's just kind of the way I carry. So even when I carry concealed, I just put my shirt or my sweatshirt over the holster, and it covers it nicely. But I have to tell you that carrying a gun inside your waistband, tucked inside your waistband, either what we call the appendix style, the 4 o'clock position, or the small of your back, is the most popular way to carry a gun concealed. All right, and that's fine. So you get used to it. All right, I mean, you could carry it, on your ankle or whatever. So because in summertime, things change. You don't have as many clothes on. It's not easy to conceal. So you may carry it on your ankle, or ladies, you may carry it in a handbag or a purse, or guys, you may carry it in a man bag or whatever. But you kind of get the point, right? Need to have the gun on your person. So the other thing is do I carry around in the chamber or not? When I worked on duty as a police officer, of course I carried around in the chamber. Why? Because I want to eliminate steps. All right, there is the chance that if I have to rack that slide to get around in the chamber, I may mishandle this slide, all right? I may slip off of it. I may short stroke it, okay? I may not pull it all the way back to the wall and release it because this guy's running at me as hard as he can with a knife or a ball bat or whatever. You do what you want, it's your choice, but I'm all about eliminating steps. I would rather be able to come out of the holster, deal with the threat, bang, then come out of the holster, deal with the threat, put a round in the chamber, and then go bang, right? The bang is faster than the racket and bang, okay? And some of you may say, well, it only takes about a second, an extra second or half second to do that. Well, that extra second or half second might be what you need to defeat this individual, okay? That's a precious second. That's a precious second or half second. Remember, the course of fire for law enforcement officers in North Carolina at 3-yard line is draw and fire 2 rounds in 2 seconds with one hand only. 2 seconds, 2 rounds, not 1 round, 2 rounds, all right? And they're cocked and loaded, okay? They're loaded on the 3-yard line. They don't draw and then rack the slide. So why should you do that? So you may say, well, you're police officers, you got more training. You can get more training. It's all about becoming comfortable with your equipment, all right? So the moral of this story is to carry on your person, and if you're not comfortable with it, get comfortable, train with carrying on your person. Open carry, concealed carry, obviously if you're carrying concealed with a concealed carry permit, and carry with a round in the chamber. So you eliminate steps and you save precious time. That's just the cold, hard facts, folks. That's the cold, hard facts. Now, one other thing about the slide. So I recommend in a shooting situation or any kind of lethal force situation, you're going to get that adrenaline dump. You're going to lose some peripheral vision. You're going to have shakes, sweats, things like that. The finger skills, which we call fine motor skills, start to go away. They diminish, okay? So I'm all about using more of a gross motor skill. All right, so I've already got a round in the chamber, right? But let's just say that I have to do a reload, okay? And when I tell you this, you need to do it one way or the other. Of course, we drop the magazine, we get a fresh magazine, we put it in the gun. I come over the top of the slide. Old Clint talks about attacking the slide, okay? I come over the top of the slide where the cocking serrations are, pull it back and release it to chamber that new round on a fresh topped off magazine, all right? A lot of folks will do this. They'll want to, and I got to show you on this side, on this Glock, this slide stop, it's flush up against the slide. Now on my Glock 17, this is my wife's Glock 19, but on my Glock 17, I got an oversized slide stop lock. I've got an oversized, so it's easy for me to hit that with my thumb. I can do it with this, so in other words, I'm empty, the slide's locked back, top off fresh magazine, hit it. But listen, this would be a fine motor skill. And if you've got a Glock and if you don't have an oversized slide stop, you could miss it. You could miss it or mishandle it. I know that this way is a positive, sure way to get the gun back running again because it's more of a gross motor skill. What? Okay, nothing. My wife's sitting there looking at me. So, but I know toaster strudels are about ready. So I smell them cooking already. So, and I'm about ended with this video. We're getting into a little over 10 minutes. So, I will say this: competition shooters, they're going to have a slide stop here to where they can hit it. I have to tell you, this is the fastest way to get the gun back going again, but this is the surest way. That's the surest way that I know that I'm going to get that gun back in battery and I'm going to get back into gunfight. So the moral of the story is carry around in the chamber, carry the gun on your person. 1606 Westover Drive, Sanford, NC is where we are at. Carolina Firearms Training Gun Sales. Our website is carolinafirearmstraining.com. Our next concealed carry class is October the 6th, which is on a Saturday, and October the 20th, which is on a Saturday. We do concealed carry year-round. The class is just $49, and don't forget, we've just started it, and we've already had several customers use this service. We partnered with Time Financing here in Sanford, and we now finance guns. We finance firearms. Hey, people finance furniture, they finance appliances, this, that, and other. Why not finance guns? If you want to come in here and buy 5,000 rounds of ammo and finance it, you can do that, all right? Most all the time with no money down. If you got a little bit of marginal credit, we can probably still get you done with no money down. So come on by and ask. We'll give you more details about that. Typically on $300 to $1,000, they'll go from 6 months to 18 months. So we can spread it out for you. And if you pay, and the coolest thing about this is if you pay it off early, you just save a lot of interest. There's no penalty to pay it off early. So come on by and see us. Till I'll see you next time. Stay armed and stay safe. It's toaster strudel time.